All right, happy Sunday night, everybody. Welcome to a little round ball rewind, Texas Tech style, and maybe some Diamond Talk with Texas Tech baseball. Obviously, all Diamond Talk brought to you by Thacker Jewelry in Lubbock, Texas. Your love story begins at Thacker Jewelry. The Red Raider baseball team love story in Waco has not begun yet. They're still looking for runs. One Friday, got rained out yesterday, lost the first game today, the continuation. Down right now 3-1, but there's more baseball to be played. All right, so you guys know what to do. The early arrivals, what do? You let us know on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. The audio is good, the video is good. You give us thumbs up, you give us a shout out. Thanks to United Supermarkets on the text line, chat line. Oh, yeah, they had great meat specials today at United Supermarkets in Market Street. You let us know it's all good and ready to go, and then you share it, and we rock and roll. And we'll get into the bracket talk. We'll get into everything you want to get into today. A rare Sunday live presentation, but there's so much going on. It's well worth it to spend the time with you. So, shall we begin? I think we can begin here on St. Patrick's Day in 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com. The website, you start your day, you go there for morning hot links. Cool stuff we do in the mornings. You went there today for 5 things we know on a Sunday. 5, not 4, not 3. 5 things we know on a Sunday, St. Patrick's Day related. We're in the Arctic Air studios. If your air is not Arctic in the coming days as it warms up, you need to call the bear, callthebear.com. Keep that on your phone. Always Diamond Talk, which we would be normally having right now, but we got Selection Sunday. It's brought to you by Thacker Jewelry here in Lubbock, Texas. We'll do baseball as we go through tonight. Round ball rewind, though, what we're looking at tonight, brought to you in part by Domino's Pizza. Hey, Domino's, basketball, Domino's basketball. You get the idea. All right, so where do we begin tonight? What do you guys want to talk about? Do you like the 6th seed? Do you like where Texas Tech is in the South region? The reveal about 45 minutes ago, we were watching and paying attention to our friends at hoopshd.com, bracketville.wordpress, the only ones you need to pay attention to. And we were all weekend long going, all right, Tech's right on the 5-6 line. Where's it going to go? Now, a lot of Tech fans wanted it to be better. I get it. I understand it. You sit there and make comparisons within the Big 12, but you're not making comparisons within the Big 12. You're making comparisons on the seed line with 60 some odd other teams. And then they've got the bracket principles where they've got to move you around. You know, they got to move you around. Can't have this team hit this team here. They almost never move you up. They move you down. I'm not saying Tech was moved down from a 5 to a 6 because of that. They were right there on the line, all metrics. So against NC State coming up on Thursday in Pittsburgh in the South region. Yes, you are in the same region as the Houston Cougars. I don't think that's necessarily that bad because right now Houston is a 1 seed, beat up a little bit, maybe trending in the wrong direction. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, you got to play somebody, got to beat somebody. So you run into NC State, who had to run the table in the ACC to get there. I like the first round matchup. If you're not going to be a 5 seed, give me a 6 seed. Give me a team that, quite frankly, is probably happy to be there. Are they happy to be there? Yeah. Listen, their coach was going to get fired. Their coach at NC State had a clause in his contract that if he won the ACC tournament, they had to give him a 2-year extension. They didn't want to. That's the team you're playing right now. Oh, yeah, they're on a roll. They're hot. Well, all right, let's see. It's not 1983. Jimmy V ain't walking through that door. Neither is Bobby Valvano. So I kind of like the matchup. The second round matchup would be a Kentucky team, 23-9 against Oakland, 3-14. Fine with that as well. If you believe the Big 12 was as good as we believe the Big 12 was, then you look at that South region, you say, okay, let's give it a go. Where do you think Kentucky would have been, Big 12-wise, all year long? Game in and game out. Where do you think they would have been? Now, I know you got to get past NC State to get there, And we'll take a deeper dive tomorrow and Tuesday on NC State. But I didn't see anything that just immediately screamed out, this is a team that Texas, and we were watching them last night against a UNC team that was going to get a number one seed, that everybody was like, okay, we'll play a little bit. We're happy to be here. Hold on a second. Yeah. And you looked at that and you said, okay, it's not a bad basketball team. They're still an ACC team. But all in all, I like the way the bracket broke there in the South for Texas Tech. Up on top, obviously, Houston, Longwood. You got Nebraska in there and an 8-9 against A&M. Hi there, A&M. Welcome to the tournament. Wisconsin and James Madison. That's the 12-5 that people will be saying, yeah, there's your upset. You know what? 12-5 upsets, they come in less than the 6-11s do. That the 5s win more games than you get the idea. And then there's Duke and Vermont, the Catamounts. Tried to Catamount once, don't ever recommend it. That's fine, Duke. We mentioned Kentucky, Oakland. And down at the bottom, Florida, Boise playing Colorado. Marquette is the 2. All right. I think we've seen how the show goes at Marquette. Don't we know that? Don't we have a little familiarity with that? I love the region for Texas Tech. You guys tell me what you like, what you don't like, your thoughts on the bracket, anything, surprises, otherwise. I haven't had a chance to look through the whole bracket. I was focusing on Texas Tech, and we're trying to pay attention to Texas Tech baseball as we go through tonight. On Sunday, they're down in the bottom of the 7th, 3-1 right now, after splitting the first 2 games of the series and a lot of rain down there in Waco. Chris says, no, James, did Tech leave the bats at home? Yeah. I've seen a lot of teams go down there to Waco, and just runs are hard to come by, good, bad, or otherwise. I don't know if it's the heavy air, maybe the weather this weekend, whatever. You're rolling there thinking, hey, we're going to wear these guys out. All we got to do is give our pitchers a couple of runs, and then you don't do it. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But love what Kyle Robinson gave Texas Tech on Friday night. That was the Friday night start you wanted to see. Him and Sanders combined for a shutout. It's hard to do that in college baseball. So we loved everything up until yesterday, and then the bats couldn't get going. Mac Hewer, the problem with him yesterday, the Tech starting pitcher, he was wild in the zone. And when we say that, we mean that pitches that you kind of want to throw away, that you want to move off the plate, everything was right down the middle. He wasn't moving it away from the zone. Sometimes young pitchers do that. That's fine. I understand that. And obviously, you get down early, and you never saw what would have happened if you got into the Baylor bullpen yesterday. Didn't get into them today, really. Tim Tadlock made the decision, I think, when he went to Rhodes in the first game, said, all right, we'll go in the series. Then you get another rain delay, started back up about 20 minutes ago, and you're going to try to finish this thing out and see if you can go 2-1. You need to. I'm not going to lie to you. This would be a bad series loss. If you lose the series, there ain't nothing good about losing a series to Baylor. That means you got to beat somebody you're not supposed to beat. I don't know who that is right now in the Big 12. Is it TCU, who's struggled a little bit early on? Where would that be? You're going to have to pick up, if you lose the series, you got to pick up 2 games somewhere that you weren't expected to win. And when I talk about picking up games like that and whatever, I'm talking about winning the league. I'll talk about that for another 2 weeks until the discussion is not about winning the league. Then it's about solidifying an NCAA tournament seat. Right now, it's still about winning the Big 12, even with what's going on as we speak. Welcome to Round Ball Rewind, Diamond Talk, brought to you by Thacker Jewelry in Lubbock, Texas, here in the Arctic Air Studios. You're chatting with us thanks to United Supermarkets and Market Street. Went there today, pork tenderloins, the Smithfield marinated pork tenderloins. You see them? They're about yay long, $6 freaking. $6 freaking. You're not going to beat that, man. Chris, if they get out next weekend, they go to Dallas, talking about basketball. Yay, they do. And that would be very similar to, What year is it they played in Dallas in the regional against Florida and Stephen F. Maybe? I can't remember what year that was. I don't think it was 19. Craig says Tech shortstop Lopez needs to go back Little League and learn to basis of Philly. Yeah, Craig, you don't know anything about baseball. He's one of the best shortstops in Big 12. Sorry, he's one of the best fielders in the country. He'll play pro baseball. He'll make money, Craig. You don't know anything about baseball, apparently. Trev Alberts didn't have to wait long to root against Nebraska. I missed that. What I missed there on that, Stephen. I'm good for you. Good draw for Texas, Allen. They can make a Sweet 16 run based on potential opponents. 2018 says Chris. Yeah, 2018 on the basketball. Dallas still. 2018. Yeah, it sounds about right because I'm trying to think who was working with David Collier at 28. I think Bailey was still there, and that sounds right. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, I've got to look a little deeper on NC State. I didn't see anything last night on NC State that just scared the hell out of you on the inside, and that's going to be the problem for Texas Tech in this tournament. A team with a great power forward and a halfway decent center is going to eliminate Tech if they have a good night. Warren Washington, I don't think he's going to play. That's it. That's all. That's done. I think Warren Washington, until he shows up, and even when he shows up, he hadn't played a lick now in how many weeks? What's he going to bring to the table? Not much. So you're rolling with what you got. You got D. Williams coming off an injury, didn't play against Houston. You got to get him right. You will get as far as Pop Isaacs can shoot you, and as far as role players, now there are no role players. They're all stars. As long as they show up. And it's a shame because this team is constructed as put together by Grant McCasland. Would have been a hell of a fun team to watch down the stretch. My goodness. This team, as constructed, take away the injuries, would have been a lot of fun. And you're not going to get to see that. That's not going to happen. So they're going to have to cobble it together. They're going to have to do what they can. But they have been cobbling it together in a tough as hell basketball league for the last month, plus the tournament, and they've done all right for themselves. And this is where you go, okay, if you live in the toughest neighborhood and you get out of the toughest neighborhood, you take a deep breath and you go, okay, hey, this is nothing. NC State, oh, this is great. Kentucky, yeah, welcome to our world. You used to live in our world. You don't live in our world anymore, Kentucky. I don't care whether they got a 3 or not. What shows how great a job McCasland did. I agree, 100%. All right, so we're talking basketball, things you like, seeding and everything else, NCAA tournament. You guys have probably seen a little bit more than I have as I was getting ready to go on the air, total bracket-wise and everything else. Anything surprise you Big 12-wise? Anything surprise you in the bracket? People left in, left out, whatever. They haven't played defense at 21. Alan Corbin is right. And then baseball in progress. Bottom of the seventh, 3-1, bases loaded. Things are, in the words of Sean Connery in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, our situation is not improved. Kentucky has flamed out of the tourney the last few years. Yeah. Let me see. I think I've got a real-time bracket. Yeah, there we go. All right. So you look through the South, and we've talked about that a little bit. Let's go down to the Midwest. No surprise in Purdue. Matt Painter will lose in the second round to TCU, and TCU will eliminate Purdue in that one. The Zags, then a 5-12, will beat McNeese. Kansas will limp past Gonzaga, probably. They love putting that one together. 2 blue bloods that aren't very good. Kansas will probably limp past it. South Carolina down there in the 6-11 over Oregon. Don't know. Creighton gets by Akron. Texas in the play-in will beat Creighton. just because you hate to see it. So they'll advance, and then Tennessee. When does Rick Barnes kick in on Tennessee down there? And of course, Tennessee. This is where we stop again and say, as we said on Twitter, this whole damn thing's a TV show, right? You understand that. The NCAA in concert with TBS and CBS, they put on a TV show every March. It's scripted. The outcome's not necessarily scripted. It's not fixed. The whole thing's scripted, right? Oh, wow, we just happen to have a 7-10, 250, and it's Texas and Tennessee and Rick Barnes and it's TV, people. Okay, if you want to know when the upsets are going to happen on Thursday and Friday, look at the first games of the day and look through those games, and those are going to be where the upsets are because they want you to tune in throughout the day. So they give you the upsets early in the day. The potential upsets will be the first two games on any slate Thursday and Friday because they want you to watch. And how they get you to watch during the day? Look at that upset that happened earlier. All right, let's go back over here. Where are we on the West bracket? That's where Carolina is. I actually think they're a fairly solid seed going through here. They got Mississippi State, Michigan State. Sparty sucks, but Michigan State has bad coaching. Who knows what happens in that game? Carolina probably gets through on that. Bama, Charlotte, Clemson, New Mexico. Baylor is a 3. Do we think they're a soft 3 or a good 3? I think they're actually a halfway decent 3 right now. And then Dayton, Nevada, Arizona, and Long Beach State. Baylor probably gets through there on the bottom. Arizona, welcome to the Big 12. And then we move up to the east, and that's where UConn is against Stetson. They're protected to the 16. FAU is not the same team a year ago. San Diego State and UAB, Auburn and Yale. Welcome to the Yaleys. Today, when they beat Brown, just a bunch of happy hedge fund managers and stockbrokers and lawyers and all sorts of people. BYU, hey, everybody's all the tech friends look. If they're a 4, we're a 4. They're a 6. You're a 6. Illinois 3, soft. Illinois, soft, and then Iowa State the 2. I think they tried to not do them any favors, making them the 2 with Illinois. I think they did. And I think you could easily have an Iowa State BYU matchup in the 16. Don't believe in Illinois. Terrence Shannon Jr., by the way, today got him through moneyline. Hey, we appreciate that. So there's the look at the bracket. Sorry, I had to flip away from the comments if you guys have been commenting. I'm not ignoring you. We appreciate you being there. Where were we when we last left off? CBS said it'll be easy to get Houston fans to Dallas. They can't get fans to the West. Yeah, Houston. I'm going to make somebody mad here, Stephen. We're going to do it. It was in the late 70s, early 80s, and Houston had only been in the Southwest Conference for a couple of years, and they obviously make the Cotton Bowl. And an alleged Cotton Bowl official with alleged ties to Texas Tech allegedly said, great, Houston's coming to the Cotton Bowl. The 7-Elevens and the Motel 6s will do fine. I didn't say it. I didn't say that. I didn't say they're a commuter school. I didn't say they don't travel. I didn't say they won't have an impact. I didn't say that at all. I wouldn't say that. That would be horrible for me to say. Robert says playing an 11 seed is not an easier draw than tired play-in game 10 seed. Sanders hits a batter. That's 2 hit batters in a row. We're going back to baseball. Yeah, I've kind of moved. I'm baseball. I'm not. Yeah, not good. Alan, Illinois is soft because Brad Underwood is soft as a coach. Agreed. I will agree with that. And in the NCAA tournament, I look at coaches as much as I look at teams because teams come and go, players come and go. Coaches, however, have an impact. That's why we look at Purdue and say, Matt Painter, second round, where do you want your upset? Where do you want them to exit? That's what they do. Fake Natalie Maines. My bracket is busted. Blame it on Chip and Joanna. What are we blaming on Chip and Joanna? Oh, the baseball this weekend? D. Wayne, they're on YouTube. We love our people on YouTube. Everybody who's watching on Twitter, and we got like thousands on the replays and everything and all this stuff. Hey, sign up for our YouTube channel, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, Ryan Hyatt Media, whatever it is. Sign up on that so we can. There's a couple of things we want to do for all of our people is grow the audience, but that also helps our advertisers and it helps the metrics. So even if you don't watch on YouTube, if you just sign up on YouTube, like 100 of you tonight, go in there and go, yeah, we're on the YouTube channel for Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, all that stuff. You don't have to watch it there. That's cool, and you won't miss anything. But we would appreciate it. And our sponsors like Arctic Air, Domino's Pizza, man, thin crust. I like it when they do the thin crust and they do it in squares. I feel like I'm getting more pizza. Thacker Jewelry, which would be bringing you Diamond Talk normally tonight, but we ain't got no Diamond Talk to talk about because Tech baseball's still going. There you go. And of course, United Supermarkets. You know, there's basically two supermarkets in town right now. United Supermarkets and another one. There's one that has their names all over stuff in Austin. There's one that has their names all over stuff in Lubbock. Take your pick if you're a Tech fan. They don't say that. I do say that. Real happy to play out. NC State will find it real quick if we're real. If not, we'll lose first game. Well, that's everything, D. Wayne. That's any seed in the tournament. NC State just rolled through on a high, and either they are going to go win 15 games or they are done. They're not as good as Texas Tech and what Texas Tech has gone through this year. They're not. Randy Bob Sturm, the Sturminator, noted Wisconsin Badger fan calls Purdue per don't. Yeah, per can't. Per don't, per can't, per anything. With Painter has made coaches money the last decade by losing in the NCAA tournament. Chris Beard was one. Think back to him at Arkansas Little Rock. Who was it at Stephen F. or somebody like that who beat him? He makes other coaches money. They look great. The Big Ten, please. The only thing worse than watching Big Ten basketball is Big Ten football. Or maybe it's the other way around. Is there a Raiderland promo code for Domino's? There should be. There really should be. I'm going to talk to my guy, Victor Portillo, Larry Vigil, Michelle, maybe here locally, and find out, can we do that? Can we get a Hyatt promo code for Domino's? McCaslin beat him at UNT. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So he gets other guys money. Where are we on the oh geez, 6-1. Yeah, this is not our situation is not improved. 6-1, bottom of the seventh. Let's go visitor stats and look at some pitching so far. Washburn did his job. Jake Washburn did his job starting in this game. 4 1/3, three legit. That's fine. Trenton Parrish came in for an inning and 2/3, no earned runs, and then Ryan Free, just 3 earned runs. What do we do there? What do we do? 2 hits. I wouldn't get into watch. 3 batters faced. Give up a jack. What'd you do? Didn't give up a jack. And then Sanders. Yeah, that's not good. Not good. And there's no way, and we'll talk about it more tomorrow. We'll do more baseball probably tomorrow. Tech losing this series, not the end of the world. It's early on, second Big 12 series. But as we said earlier, you've now got to go steal 2 games from 2 series that you ought not to get 2 games from. To win the Big 12 title, not to get in the tournament, not to go to Omaha or whatever. You got to figure some things out. Do I have some concerns on this team right now? Yes, I do. I do have some concerns, and we'll get there. We'll talk about it as we go through. This is a little round ball rewind, a little diamond talk, whole lot of Domino's Pizza, Thacker Jewelry here in the Arctic Air Studios. Can we speak frankly about your heating and air conditioner? It's probably older than you think. You probably haven't had it checked out. Go to callthebear.com, have them do like the well check thing, come out, they'll shoot you straight. And the cool thing is they've actually got inventory right now. A lot of people don't. And if you do need something, they can help you out. Anyway, I'm so happy Kansas got a 4 seed. Made me smile. They were crying on Twitter about it. Yeah, they're living in a different neighborhood this year. They're still a decent team. They're a good team. They're a good team. If you think Tech's a good team as a 6, you got to go Kansas good team as a 4. But yeah, they are. They're having a little tough time adjusting to life, losing to Cincinnati in their personal tournament there in Kansas City. Which, by the way, the tournament should stay in Kansas City. The Big 12 tournament is good in Kansas City. I've seen it in other venues. People don't give a crap. Dallas, they certainly don't give a crap. Oklahoma City, I liked, but even there, it didn't work out. I would much rather have the atmosphere of people hating you and rooting against you than the atmosphere of nobody there. So I'm fine with it staying in Kansas City for the duration of the Big 12 basketball tournament. Now, the fact that they walk around, and I almost got into a fight with Jason Whitlock in 1997 in the media hospitality room at the Hyatt Regency in Kansas City. Don Williams can verify this. Matt Coatney can verify this. That I almost got into a fight because he had written a column about how, the Texas teams didn't deserve to be there. And I'm like, all right, well, I've had enough of this crap. And I was younger and we were younger. And, I don't want to say what happened, but I'm good now with it being there. It ought to be there. Baseball tournament, Oklahoma City, Bricktown, every year. Football championship, rotating around. Don't give a crap about anything else. Can we get Ramirez, football player who broke his leg on the bench for the basketball can't reverse the curse? Maybe so. Could be good. Alan, easier to host the Big 12 tournament in Fort Worth than Dallas. Yeah, you'd probably get more people at Dickies Arena than you would Dallas. All in all, if we're just saying, and that's really what we're doing. So a little, you want a little reverse the curse, a little something against NC State, as he had that horrific looking injury 2 seasons ago down there in Raleigh. What's their stadium? Can't think of their stadium now. The stadium name. Boy, that would be either cool, Jared, or tempting fate. As you guys get with us, thanks to United Supermarkets on the text line, chat line, whether you're on YouTube, whether you are on Facebook, whether you're on Twitter, either way. Hey, and for those of you on Twitter right now, even if you're not commenting or anything, just all you got to do, hit me up on Twitter, hit a comment and say, hey, we're watching on Twitter, we're enjoying it on Twitter. We've done a couple of different things recently, and I'm just trying to make sure I'm seeing everything that I'm seeing, where we're seeing them. And if you're watching right now, even if you don't got a comment, say, I'm watching on YouTube, I'm watching on Twitter, I'm watching on Facebook. Thank you, United Supermarkets. Thank you, Domino's Pizza, something like that. Give me a little bit of focus before we get out of here tonight, because we have done a lot of different things with what we call a third-party streaming apparatus. And it allows us to focus everything where I can see, hopefully, all of your comments in one place and all that good stuff. I get Bam Morris and BJ Simmons at the game, reverse the curse. Yeah. But what if they show up with T.A. McClendon and Eli? Betting odds on getting 3 Big 12 teams to the Final Four, not good. Better or worse than my daily 10-team parlay. A little bit worse than your 10-team parlay, depending on what you're doing. Now, if you're doing some baseball, I want you to talk to Q Mills, and I want you to talk to my guys there at Sharp Angle Syndicate. We'll get you squared away on that. Smitty Bucks will get you helped out on that, Stephen. And if you guys, by the way, if you're into sports wagering, highly recommend Sharp Angle Syndicate. I am a paid, compensated spokesman, but they're damn good at what they do, and a price point that you can't imagine. So Craig's watching on the X. Heard it on the X. Can we get Baron Batch to paint us a new logo for the tournament? I don't know if he still lives in Pittsburgh or not. For those who don't know, accomplished painter, former Red Raider running back, Baron Batch. He might. That'd be kind of cool. You get him up there, whoever else you got, what the star power would be for Texas Tech in Pittsburgh. There, I can't think of anybody currently that we've got up there. That could be good. Yeah, I appreciate the shout there, Craig, saying you're watching on the X. I appreciate that. All right, we'll go a few more minutes, not much longer. Tomorrow on the website, theraiderland.com. Start your day with us there. We will have Raiderland hot links. Hope you guys like that. That's another thing you can say right now. Hey, we like the hot links. We appreciate the hot links, everything else. I slave over a hot internet every morning, bring you the hot links. Cool stuff we like that we think you guys would like. You guys can put your own hot links in the comments section. We'll hand out Raiderland helmet stickers tomorrow. We will. And I promise you a deeper dive on Texas Tech baseball. Where are we right now? This is sort of kind of a little bit of diamond talk. Thacker Jory probably didn't want to have anything to do with it right now. Top of the 8, 7-2 Baylor. So I love baseball. You can look great against good teams and bad against bad teams and everything else. And Texas is kind of learning that too. That if Tech fans will pay attention this weekend around some of the scores, you'll see some inexplicable things happening. But I do have some concerns about this Texas Tech team. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Tech is used to flying to Pittsburgh every year to play West Virginia. Absolutely. Not that big a deal going up there. It's a 2-mule trip. And playing on Thursday, we don't have times yet, unless anybody has seen anything. My guess with the 6-11 in the East on Thursday, I'm thinking you're probably going to be playing around 1 o'clock, maybe Texas time. That there might be some earlier starts. I can't imagine that being it could be in the early window. Usually they want the big upset potentials in the early window. 6-11 is not a big upset potential. Usually on Thursday and Friday, remember this is a TV show. They want the huge upset potential early on so you'll watch throughout the day. So I would say probably midday Thursday around maybe 2 o'clock our time, 3 o'clock. Yeah, 5.5-point favorite out of the gate. It was 4 early. It went to 5, or actually it was about 5, went to 5.5. It is settled on that. Thank you for bringing that up. I need to go back and look and refresh this, and let's see what we're showing on here. I need some games populating. We got games populating. All right, this is good. Populate some games. There we go. Tech NC State, 5.5. 5.5 painted right now. I do not. I heard 145 earlier on a total. I don't have a total showing right now. I've only got spread. Let me see if I've got anything else here at the P&G Arena. Anything? Nah, it's all 5.5. So everybody's 5.5. What do we get 5.5 on? DraftKings and so yeah. Sounds about right to me. I think that's a good line. I think it'll probably go a little Tech's away and probably go off around 6 or 6.5 by the time we get there. Do we have any Red Raider alums that can make a promo shirt, Raiders in Steel City? See, you get into that whole Oakland Raiders versus Pittsburgh thing there on that. That could get ugly. Get me in trouble. 145 is the total. Okay, I heard 144. 145 sounds about right. We'll see if that. I wouldn't be surprised if that goes down a tick. I think 144 is probably closer to what we might go off on that. But it's an NCAA tournament. You get a lot of people who don't normally wager and bet, and the public loves overs. So keep that in mind on some totals, that when you see some of these, public loves overs. Now, there are a lot more things that can go wrong and kill an under than kill an over, but keep that in mind. I'm pretty sure I heard 144, 144.5. Thought I missed a comment or something from somebody earlier. All right, last chance. Get your thoughts in. What are you thinking here? Oh, I'm getting text messages from people I don't even know. Oh, this is a good thing. See, earlier I was talking about the pork loins they had on sale at United Market Street, $6 Smithfield, marinated. Friend of mine, his wife, cooking one of those currently. That's the kind of impact that we have right here in Raiderland with our great partners like United Supermarkets, unlike some of the other, places. All right, let's take one last check on baseball. Top of the eighth, 3-2 the count right now. It's Sepulveda against Bazell. Good to see him back in the DH role. We still have had no official word what the illness was. It's 2024, and I'm not trying to pry into anybody's personal life, but unless we got something really weird going on, can we just say what somebody's got and say, hey, they were sick, they were run down for a while. It's not good. So Bazell reaching on throwing error by the third baseman, goes to second, and now with one out, you got a runner on down 7-2. And Gavin Cash at the plate today, 1 for 3, hitting on the year 309. Earlier today, had a chance to break it open in the second game. Little dribbler up the middle. Not a little dribbler. That's harsh. But they played him effectively, hit it up the middle, and got out of the inning. And that was pretty much it in the first game. Not putting it all on Gavin Cash at all. I'm just saying that was kind of like, I think when even Tim Tadlock said, we didn't get that they were going to do it. So Kobe Andrade on right now pitching for Baylor. And you've got one on top of the eighth with one out. And it's going to be Cash. They moved Cash back down in the order today, back into the cleanup spot. So it's going to be McGee Lopez over 3 on the day, and then Pompey Kitchen Door over 3 on the day. So that's what's due up. We will have baseball talk for you tomorrow, more in depth, a lot of different things. Chris, I'm not even really, I'm afraid to even respond to what you just put in the comment section because I'm afraid what it might have been. We are going to end the show tonight. You guys are fantastic. We will be with you during the NCAA tournament for Roundball Rewind after all the games. Baseball, more Diamond Talks, more Diamond Talks coming up thanks to Thacker Jewelry. And, of course, the daily broadcast. And we want you to start every day with us at theraiderland.com. Not hard to do. The one thing you can do for us that matters most, other than being here with us and sharing this time, share the broadcast, share what we do, put it on Twitter, link to it, invite your friends in, and grow Raiderland. That would be awesome for our wonderful, wonderful, wonderful sponsors. All right. Now his in stream, and we have to hit the in stream, and it says, really? Yeah, I really want to. And we never look cool doing it. So we're going to try to look cool tonight. All right. Strike a seductive pose.